Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm back with another collection of egg gadgets to see how they work. Now, somehow I've been associated with egg gadgets over the years, probably because I tested about 30 of them since 2016. So why not add 4 more to the collection, right? Today's contenders include a square egg cracker, 2 decorative egg cutters, and a couple of egg dispensers. Since I did a collection of egg crackers a few years ago, let's start with the egg cracker and see how that goes. All right, let's take a look at this egg cracker. They say it's as easy as 1, easy as 3. I guess there's no number 2, so to speak. Now, I paid $11.99 for this on Amazon, where it has a very unimpressive 3.6 star rating. The claims are that it cracks and separates eggs easily. Can even be used with just one hand. Just insert the egg, close the chamber, press the prongs, and pull apart. Keeps hands clean and keeps shells out of your egg. All right, we've got a card here with a 1-year warranty. That's nice. And here's the unit itself. Not a lot to it. I'm not sure this feels like $12 worth of material. So I guess you just put the egg in there, close it, press these prongs, and pull it apart. Now, people on Amazon, a lot of people said it's great for keeping your hands or counters clean. Some people said it does work as advertised. Now, quite a few people on Amazon didn't really like it. A lot of people actually said it breaks the yolk. Other people said it's difficult to use. Now, I tested a collection of egg crackers about 4 years ago, and I don't remember seeing this one, so I'm kind of curious to see how this one actually works. The way we're supposed to do this is just place the egg into the cracker itself. Close the cracker. Now, they were showing them push these prongs into the egg and then pull it apart. People on Amazon are saying that these prongs almost always break the yolk. We shall see. Squeezing the prongs. That was definitely a crack. Now turn it upside down and pull it apart. Oh, well, it did crack the egg. It looks pretty nice, but the yolk is broken. I guess if your goal is to have a broken yolk anyways, it doesn't really matter. If you want it unbroken, that could be a problem, but let's keep trying. And I will say my hands are mess-free. No egg on my hands. That's kind of nice. And no shell in the egg itself. So I would say that besides the broken yolk, not too bad. So the first one was pretty good except for the broken yolk. Let's try a rapid succession into a bowl and see how that works. Gonna speed things up a little bit here. Egg into the unit, closing the chamber, pressing the prongs, turning it over and pulling it apart. Broken yolk once again. Let's try another one here. Closing it, squeezing it together. Oh, that didn't sound very good. That didn't sound like the other two. Turning it over. Oh, the shell fell in there. Oh, both shells fell in there. So my hands are messy now. It's doing a pretty good job of cracking them as long as you don't mind the yolk being broken. Now, the one thing they showed online that I'm not sure about is they showed it with one-handed operation. Can you do a one-hand egg crack? Let's see. The other thing I'm noticing is that I'm getting egg yolk all over these prongs here, but since I'm going in rapid succession, it may not matter so much. But let's see, I'm gonna place an egg in here. I'm gonna just one-handed, hand behind my back. Here we go. Closing the unit. Now I'm supposed to push these with, I guess, 2 fingers? I'm not quite sure. Let's get this bowl back over here. Can I do it with one hand? Okay, I'm pressing it together. Okay, well, I did that. Now, how do I do this without getting yolk all over my hand? Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. Broken yolk, but I did it with one hand. And there's the final result. Some people might find that horrifying, others might find that completely acceptable, depending on what your goal is. So the good news is the egg cracker does kind of work. There's no mess, there's no shell in the bowl. It's pretty easy to use, but the only problem is that you're gonna break the yolk every time. It's kind of a cool invention, and my hands are still pretty clean. So overall, I think it kind of works. Let's move on to these decorative egg cutters, which I think are mainly used for deviled eggs. We have a wavy and serrated model, and let's first flash back to the unboxing and then get started. All right, let's take a look at this egg cutter. I paid $1.88 for this on Temu. I also see it on Amazon for about $6. All right, well, this particular model looks like it's written not in English, so I don't have much help there, but I did find an Amazon listing for it. And the claims are this an egg cutter that creates a decorative hard-boiled eggs. Features 2 different styles. Got wavy and serrated. It also features a smiley face on the end that you can use to decorate your hard-boiled egg. They say it's great for holidays, parties, family gatherings, and more. Now on Amazon, those who like it, some people said it was fun and cute. Others said that the final results looked nice. Those who didn't like it on Amazon, some people said it requires you to make deviled eggs widthwise instead of lengthwise. Some people said there's a learning curve to get it right, and several people said it's not long enough. Most of their photos showed widthwise, but for deviled eggs, you kind of want lengthwise, so I guess I'll do it both ways. So here we go, first use. Pressing it down. Okay, I felt it penetrate the egg. Now I'm going to roll it. I'm rolling the egg. Oh, I got something happening. I got something happening. Did it cut all the way through? It did cut all the way through. Wow, actually, it actually worked. I can't believe it. The yolk came out pretty nicely. That worked well widthwise. Let's try lengthwise. This might be a little bit more difficult here. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, it definitely penetrated it. Let's roll it across there. There's a feel to this that I'm not sure I have yet, but I feel like I'm kind of getting it. And over to the end. Oh, I got a little bit of got some collateral damage here. Kind of looks like the Charlie Brown shirt, doesn't it? All right, let me see. The yolk wasn't very centered in this particular egg, so you have kind of this big gap here, but it still looks pretty good though. Let's try what they call the serrated cutter now. Let's see how that goes. I'll do width and lengthwise once again. Kind of pressing down as I roll it. I guess the trick is you don't want to have overlap or it'll start messing up, but let's see. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Not bad. Let's try this one lengthwise now. Now the instructions again weren't in English, so I'm just kind of guessing based on what I've seen from the Amazon description. But this seems right, it feels right, it looks right, so I think it's right. Lengthwise seems a little bit more ragged, but it is kind of working. Very decorative design, I must say, not bad. I'm gonna make these into some quick deviled eggs and see how they look. So here's the final result. I think it came out pretty good. Now there's not a huge difference between the wavy and the serrated. I think they both turned out pretty nice. Now one thing is the ones that I cut widthwise don't stand up as well as the ones that are lengthwise, even though they show it widthwise more in the advertising. But overall, pretty nice. Next up, I've got a couple of different egg dispensers. I don't really have much information on them, so I'm gonna skip the unboxing and jump right into it. Let's take a look at both of those. This one is a generic egg dispenser. That's the name of it. I got this on Temu for about $5. I've seen these on Amazon for about 20. They're pretty popular there. So if you don't mind waiting a little bit longer, Temu might be the place to go. All this one really does is you just put your eggs in there and it dispenses them. Should be pretty simple. And the next one, this one came as a sample. This is the Extra Space. This is kind of a unique gadget. It actually pulls out just like that. It holds 12 eggs, and as you use them up, you can actually take up less and less space until you're down to your final 2. Let's open up my rather beat up package from Temu. There shouldn't be any assembly required. There's not even instructions. Just that's pretty much all it is. Just put your eggs in here, put your eggs in here. Got our 2 dispensers. Let's see what we got. Let me start off with the Extra Space here. So it seems pretty basic. I'm just loading this up here. All right, so when it's fully loaded, it holds an entire dozen of eggs. Same as something like this, but this does not collapse when you start to use them up. So I guess as you take them out in your fridge, so you take out the first 2, then you can just push that in and you still have more space. Next one, not bad. Eventually you're going to be down to the final 2, which is going to be a pretty small footprint in your fridge, which is just that. And there you go. It's a pretty simple idea, but it does seem to work. Before I move on to the refrigerator test, let's try the other dispenser and see how that goes. And here's this one. This also looks very simple, pretty basic. Let's see what we got here. Now the instructions on the box are pretty minimal, but they do say to put it from the bottom up. So in other words, don't drop it from the top. I think it might mess it up. So you're supposed to put them from the bottom upward. I'm not even sure how many. They say this one holds 12 to 14 eggs. Let's see what the capacity is with this particular brand here. These are just normal large eggs. Well, pushing this upward does feel a little bit awkward. I feel once I've gotten to this part, I can just kind of add it from the top, although they don't say to do that. Looks like we're going to fit more than 12. I think we're going to get 14 in here. We've got 14 eggs, not bad. Now, as we're taking the eggs out, they should all roll down the roller coaster here and see what happens. And this did not move. It did not move. These are kind of getting stuck. Take one out, and they're not moving. The top row is not moving. Disappointing. Oh man. Oh, that did. I'm not sure I want the eggs actually physically dropping like that. If they were to roll smoothly, that's one thing, but physically dropping, not so much. All right, it seems like as it gets further along, it's not so bad, but when it's fully loaded, it kind of had problems. Let me take both these dispensers over to a refrigerator and try a real world test and see how that goes. I've got them both here in a real world situation. Let's try removing them and see what happens. First up, the egg dispenser. Just gonna kind of take them out of here one at a time, see what happens. Well, I got 2 of them up there that did not roll down. I'm afraid what happens when they do start moving again. Dare I see what happens if I let them roll? Oh, Whoa! That is not safe. All right, let's take a look at the extra space, see what we got here. Take 2 out, slide it in. Take another 2 out, keep sliding. 1, 2, slide. So far, I'm liking the extra space a little bit more. It seems like it's much less dangerous for the eggs. And then we're done. Now when it's empty, it doesn't take up much space. The extra space eggs look pretty good. Taking a look at the egg dispenser, we got this. That is not good. We have 1 casualty out of the bunch. So to me, the extra space wins. Let's quickly recap these products. I would say the egg cracker it's half a success. It does crack eggs, but it breaks the yolk. I actually think the egg cutters kind of work. If you're making deviled eggs, you don't mind spending a little bit extra time to make them more attractive, this could work. And they're pretty cheap on Temu too. As far as the 2 egg dispensers go, I'm a fan of the extra space, not so much this kind. This is just one model off Temu. It might be kind of on the cheap side. There might be similar models on Amazon that work better. This one I wasn't a fan of. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these egg products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.